to this presentation for the I-40 Milepost 35 Drainage Improvement Project. My name is Gabriel Sanchez Ramos, and I'm a Project Development Engineer with the New Mexico Department of Transportation. This presentation will give an update of our findings regarding existing conditions and the proposed improvements that serve as solutions for the identified drainage and flooding problems. We appreciate your time and look forward to receiving your comments and answer your questions. The New Mexico Department of Transportation has procured the services of HDR Engineering to assist in the development of this project. I would now like to turn it over to their project manager, Danton Bean, to continue the presentation.
Thank you, Gabriel. I want to thank you in advance for your participation with this recording, and we look forward to receiving your comments. First, I'd like to go over the agenda for today's presentation. First, we'll introduce the team, and then we'll introduce the project. We'll review existing conditions and issues. We'll review the purpose and needs that were identified for this project, and we'll present the design solution. We'll discuss some possible traffic control measures and discuss the next steps for development. At the end of the presentation, I'll go over how you can provide your comments. The study team is made up of members from the New Mexico Department of Transportation in cooperation with the Federal Highway Administration. In addition, the HDR team. We're grateful for everyone's participation and effort. The project is located in the northwest quadrant of the state, and it is approximately 35 miles from the Arizona state line on I-40 and is approximately 14 miles east of Gallup. The project area consists of I-40 and New Mexico 118 between milepost 34.5 to 35.5. Bridge numbers 5848 and 5849 are part of the project. The project is located on Navajo Nation land. You may be aware of a I-40 corridor study by the department that is currently underway. This project falls within the limits of that larger study boundary. The recommendations from that study will be incorporated into this project. The New Mexico Department of Transportation organizes the development of a study and project into phases. Phase 1 is the study phase and includes an evaluation of alternatives, environmental studies, and preliminary design. The study and preliminary design was completed earlier this year. Phase 2 is the final design, and we are in the middle of that effort. In this effort, we will coordinate with Navajo Nation and the land users. We will develop right-of-way mapping, complete certifications, and complete the drainage, bridge, and roadway design. So the purpose of today's meeting is to present our progress and solicit feedback. So first, I'd like to talk about the drainage discipline. And the drainage is the primary focus of the improvements of this project. I'm sure you've noticed the flooding in the area that occurs during large storm events. A 145 square mile watershed contributes to the South Fork Puerco River crossing with I-40. The channel and bridge structure do not have adequate capacity to convey all the water, and the flows overtop the channel banks and go to the west of the bridge to a low spot on I-40, and that causes flooding in the area. The bypass flows also cause flooding on New Mexico 118 in the surrounding area. The project area is within a floodplain of that area. Okay, so now the bridge discipline. The bridges that carry westbound and eastbound I-40 over the Rio Puerco were constructed in 1958. They are multi-span concrete deck slab structures. And as we said, the channel opening under the bridges is not adequate to convey the expected flows in the large storm events. And the bridges are a pinch point. The pinch point results in water backing up and contributing to the flooding of I-40 and New Mexico 118. So on the roadway discipline, what we've found is that, I-40 main line and New Mexico 118 are in a rural setting, and for the most part are on a straight alignment. The existing roadway surfacing, guardrail markings, signs are frequently maintained, but at times show signs of their age and wear. The existing guardrail does not meet current design standards. With the environmental discipline, we've found that the project is in a rural and undeveloped area. The area has no critical habitat for threatened or endangered species. The stream channel will be protected during construction through implementation of standard measures to protect water quality. The area was surveyed by professional archaeologists and contained evidence of cultural resources, including historic US Route 66, also known as New Mexico 118, and prehistorical habitation. Currently, we expect that the improvements will result in a no adverse effect on the cultural resources. All right, so the purpose of the proposed project is to address the physical deficiencies of the existing I-40 bridges and existing New Mexico 118 culvert, which do not have adequate drainage capacity or ability to convey flows in the South Fork Parco River, and that causes I-40 to experience flooding issues during large storm events. All right, so this is the proposed solution. The bridges, we're proposing to replace the bridge structures with structures that have openings large enough for the storm flows to prevent overtopping. The bridge lengths will be increased and the bridge elevation will be raised. The I-40 roadway surface will be raised to match the bridge surface and will provide greater drainage conveyance. As we mentioned, this project will comply with the larger corridor study on I-40, which will recommend wider two-lane section, which will better accommodate the emergency vehicles. The next part of the proposed solution is to build a berm. The berm will be constructed between I-40 and New Mexico 118 to prevent water flow from bypassing the crossing and flowing to the low area located west of the bridge that causes the flooding. New Mexico 118 roadway surface will also be raised to complete the containment measures of the river. The reconstructed area of New Mexico 118 will be widened with 4-foot shoulders, and a new larger concrete box culvert will be constructed east of County Road 27 to facilitate those drainage flows. So I'm sure you're thinking about how the construction will impact your travel and traffic flows. The traffic control and phasing concepts are still in the process of design, but there are several goals that we are doing our best to achieve. First, we have the goal to maintain 2 lanes of I-40 in each direction at all times. The offset bridge, building the bridge at an offset alignment will facilitate maintaining those 2 lanes of traffic. During construction on New Mexico 118, exit 36 is expected to be closed and traffic detoured to exit 33. The New Mexico 118 traffic could potentially access County Road 27 with a potential detour along a dirt road behind the church building with approval from the Navajo Nation and land users. If the road is used for a detour, it will be improved to make it accessible. All right, so now let's go to the next steps. The design will go on for the next couple of years. Currently, the construction is planned to start around the end of 2028. All right, like I said, we're looking forward to receiving your comments. The comment period extends through December 5th, and there are several ways you can provide comments. You can provide your comments via the project website at the address listed on the screen. You could leave a comment by calling the number on the screen, and also by emailing the email address there on the screen. We'll also receive comments through the mail system at the address listed. All comment methods are considered equal and must be received by December 5th to be recorded in the meeting's summary. Comments are always welcome throughout the project. Again, we appreciate your involvement and viewing this video, and we look forward to receiving your comments. Thank you.